Hello and welcome to FPL Happy Hour Last Orders, episode 13 of season 3, and we're live. I haven't done that for so long, and it felt good. With myself, Sham, otherwise known as FPL 2 Guys 1 Cup on Twitter,
and myself, Rob, otherwise known as FPL Panda.
Rob, my friend, how are you?
I'm good. Oh, you've disappeared off the screen. I thought I'd done
shit.
it. There you go. There you are.
There we go. There I am. I'm back. You good?
Yeah.
Ronaldo fever?
Yes. Viva fucking Ronaldo. 2 weeks been waiting for this, and it's the night. It's like the night before Christmas. Really excited by it. It's just so much hype.
Until he blanks.
So much hype. Well, we'll talk about that, won't we? I'm looking forward to see it. I think the atmosphere is going to be electric tomorrow, and it's a shame that it's not on TV. Well, it'll be on my TV, but it won't be on. Like, it's not a go to the pub with your mates occasion.
Yeah. Right, so tonight I'll quickly go through the agenda. So we're going to do a 2-minute recap of the podcast the other day, just tell you what we spoke about, and then if you fancy any of it, you can go back and have a listen before tomorrow's deadline. We're then going to do our free hit draft, as for those regulars will know that we do a free hit draft for each week to give you an idea of the teams that we like. We'll then talk through some of the fixtures, which will give you an idea of players to kind of bring in if you like it for this particular week, which I believe between myself and James, I'm leading 2-1 in the series so far. Is that right?
Yes, I think 2-1, and you're like 30 points ahead as well.
Okay. So, and then what we'll do is we'll talk about what we're thinking about doing in our teams before we do a 15-minute Q&A to end the episode. So if you've got any questions, leave it for now and then pop them in the chat when we say. So we'll say when to start getting them in the chat. And obviously if it lasts 15 minutes, great. And if it doesn't, that's fine. Right. Okay. So quick recap of the pod. So on what would have been out on Wednesday, wouldn't it, Rob? We did ones to watch.
Yeah, for us it was Tuesday, but for everyone else it was Wednesday.
For us it's Wednesday. We did a ones to watch, and we focused on Gray and Traore. So we did a bit of stats and why we like those players for the upcoming game weeks. Catch up on that if you want to listen to this for the stats on that. And then we spoke about budget forwards, the dirty topic that I proclaimed. Some players that we really like the look of, Malpay. Well, not that we like the look of, just players that are really in that.
Didn't you go from really the best? The start of that topic, didn't you go from this is a really dirty subject to pretty much saying, I really want to have Dennis in my team?
That is correct. That is correct. And that is a move I might still be making, which we'll talk about a bit later. So we looked at Malpay, Edouard, Tony, Armstrong, Pookie, and Dennis. And then we looked at wildcard drafts. We know a lot of people are looking at wildcards at the moment. So we built a couple of drafts together, one each of what we like. So yeah, if you do like any of those subjects, give it a re-listen back. Okay, let's go on with our. Before we go on, is there anything else that you want to talk about before we go through our free hit drafts, Rob?
No, are you prompting me to say something about
no, I'm not prompting you. Just in general, is there anything?
No. I was just like, what am I supposed to say here? No, let's crack on because it's Friday night.
Yep. Cool.
So. Who's going first? You're going to go first because I'll
go first. The only thing is, I haven't got it up on my screen.
Huh?
The only thing is, you're going to bring it up, but I don't know how big the graphic is, and my eyesight is terrible, so you might have to read it out. No, free hit. We're going free hit draft first.
Oh, free hit draft first. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go. Free hit
I think
draft.
I can. Right, so I think I can just about make this out. So I went with this is a budget of 100 million. Now, the only thing to bear in mind with this is you're going to have banked players. So people that are doing free hit drafts or players, you're going to have banked money. So for example, Antonio is 7.9 on this, but actually, like for example, me, I had him from the start of the season, so I would have had him for 7.5. So actually, this is probably the worst case free hit draft you're gonna see, because there'll be more value in this. So yeah. Anyway, let's just go through it. So I've got a start in goal of Wolves. I think they've got a really good fixture against Watford. They should keep a clean sheet. Then gone with TAA, Regulon, and Tierney. All three good chances of a clean sheet. TAA is in there for attacking returns. And then, so we've gone 3-5-2. So blanket 5 midfield of Traore, who is one of the ones to watch that I liked, Ferran Torres, Bruno, Greenwood, and Jota. I really like those 5. I've got Bruno, Greenwood, and maybe Jota in my side for this week. I really like those 5. And then I've gone Antonio and Ronaldo. Now you've got Antonio there as captain. I think I forgot to change captaincy, so we do need to change it. But I think I've gone Ronaldo.
Okay, so you've captained Ronaldo.
So I have captain Ronaldo. So might need to double check to see if I saved it on the thing properly. But yeah, I've gone with Antonio and Ronaldo. Antonio, West Ham got a good fixture against Southampton. I think we will score a couple of goals there. And Ronaldo, well, I'm not bringing him in for my main side. That is a guarantee. I will not be bringing him in. So why not have him for my free hit draft? What do you think?
Yeah, I like it. There's no like immediate concerns really. My only minor concern is Greenwood, where like he's going to be playing a lot wider. He's not going to be playing through the middle necessarily. Will he still be getting the returns? Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. And then, I mean, I think other than that, it's just Torres, but I can see City scoring against Leicester. It's just whether it's him that does the returning, but him playing in that number 9, you'd assume that he's the most likely to return. So yeah, I'd still like that. I mean, we haven't seen a great start for this Leicester side, so be interesting to see how they perform, because they performed well in the Community Shield against City. So yeah, will they suddenly just step it up now playing against the top side?
Right, let's have a look at yours then, and then we can talk about a few of the fixtures.
So I have gone with a 3-4-3. I've doubled up because I couldn't quite get to Sarr. So I've doubled up and gone with Leno and White. I've gone double Arsenal defence, which is a bit of a gamble, but probably like there's worse gambles to be had this week. I've got Shaw and Reguilon as my other 2 defenders. My midfield is Bruno, Torres, and our 2 ones to watch, Gray and Traore. Which when we'll talk more about them shortly. And then I've got Antonio, Kane, and Captain Ronaldo up front. I'm really happy with this. I think there's so much potential for returns all over the pitch. Like if Arsenal decide that they're going to play like an Arsenal team should play, then you'd think they'd keep a clean sheet against Norwich. Spurs have looked strong defensively, and you'd fancy Reguilon maybe to get a return because I think Son was confirmed out today by Nuno. So it kind of means Reguilon might have that license to get further forward down that left-hand side. So I'm really fancying him. And then, I mean, the front 3 of Kane, Antonio, Ronaldo, they were the first names in the team, basically. Yeah, let's start with those 3 and then build my way backwards from those 3. So, yeah, I can see hopefully all 3 of them returning. Like there's a minimum of 3 goals in that front three. You'd probably think there's potential for maybe 4 or 5 goals in that front three.
Okay. Let's just, I know this is kind of like off topic from what we had planned to discuss tonight, but I think we should spend a few minutes talking about the pros and cons of Ronaldo and bringing inside, because we had a bit of a discussion this afternoon by WhatsApp message about bringing in Ronaldo. And my dilemma is basically Bruno versus Ronaldo. And a lot of people are going to be in this situation and unsure in terms of what to do. You know, Bruno is the most transferred out, I believe, player this week. With what I think I saw earlier was like 700,000 people.
His ownership's dropped by 10% since game week 3.
Yeah,
maybe
so
even more now.
He's now had nearly 1 million, so he's had 995,000 people come out, taking him out, and 1.7 in for Ronaldo. So Bruno's ownership is now 44%, and Ronaldo's is 23%.
Just a quick one to the Flying Dutchman who's in the chat. The reason there's no Liverpool cover, this is just a weekly free hit. So it's just a bit of fun that we do between us. So neither of us fancy, or we might have fancied Liverpool, just couldn't afford to put the players in. Like I don't think TAA would be great value unless he returns against Leeds. And I can't see Liverpool keeping a clean sheet, so that's why I haven't gone Liverpool. And I just couldn't. I wanted Ronaldo, I wanted Kane, I wanted Bruno, so it meant kind of miss out on Salah.
Yeah. Have to bring in Bruno as Wilson dropping it. Okay. Yeah. So just in terms of the Ronaldo versus Bruno debate. So, for me, I could have brought in Ronaldo for 2 free transfers, no problem. I could have done Ronaldo and Jota in for Bruno and Ings. Some people would say, well, that's a no-brainer. Why don't you just do that? 2 reasons. Firstly, one thing, and I did mention this on the pod earlier in this week, one thing that I learned a lot from last season, having listened to a lot of experienced managers and just kind of mistakes that I made last season, was I was bringing in players that I really wanted and taking out players that had no reason not to be taken out. There's no reason right now. There's no guarantee that Bruno won't return. There's no proof to say he definitely won't be on penalties. He definitely won't be on free kicks. Right now, as it stands, before game week 4, we don't know 100%. We can think, we can guess, we can indicate, we can use our, thing to go, okay, well, we think based on Ronaldo's history that he will be on free kicks and penalties, but we don't know. And as it stands, Bruno's doing quite well. So I've got no reason to take him out, because as it stands right now, there isn't enough evidence for me to say he won't do as well as Ronaldo for this specific game week. As you know as well, I like previous head-to-head performances. That's what I look at a lot in terms of statistics versus opponents that they're playing. Last year, against Newcastle, Bruno got a goal and assist in both home and away. So, yeah, for this week, I'm really strong with the Bruno versus Ronaldo. And the other thing, other last point is, again, I'm going with the ownership strategy this year, which is going for players with the highest ownership. And Bruno's 44% owned. Ronaldo's currently 24% owned. And I did say to you, if by the game week 4 deadline, Ronaldo's ownership is within 5% of Bruno's, then yes, I would move across to Ronaldo. But it's not. It's 20% at the moment. So that's my kind of argument why I'm keeping Bruno.
I mean,
for this week.
I mean, you said
you're on the opposite side, so let's hear your
argument. Just the last point you brought up of Bruno with the goals and the assists against Newcastle last season. He was also in a team that Greenwood wasn't starting in. There was no Sancho in there as well. No Pogba, because Pogba is out for most of the season, and has started brilliantly this season with the assists, and then obviously there's no Ronaldo there. I think we're going to see, like personally, we'll see returns from Bruno, but we're not going to see the sort of 240 points.
I'm only talking about this. I'm only
Yeah,
talking about the game against Newcastle, Rob.
I mean, I could see this happening very, very soon. We'd already seen glimpses of it in the last couple of weeks, where in the last couple of game weeks where Pogba's sort of become a lot more involved and his form's picked up, and he's picked up all the assists. And from game week 1 against Leeds, now Bruno was basically playing as essentially like a number 10, like a second 9. Like, so Greenwood would take out the centre half out of the defence, and then Bruno fills that space, and then all 3 goals came from that exact movement. You're not going to have Ronaldo pulling defenders out back, like towards the midfield. He's going to be trying to push the defenders further back and further back, because he's confident that if the ball's played into him, he can shrug off the defender and get a shot away, and he can. And I think that Bruno will still pick up the odd goal. He'll still pick up probably plenty of assists, but the main man now is going to be Ronaldo for goals. There's not going to be that reliance. There's still a chance Bruno could still take the penalties. I think free kicks in certain areas, Bruno will still take them. Anything central, I think Ronaldo takes, or anything central or on the other side, where like the way that he strikes the ball, it doesn't really matter. But anything sort of on that left side of the penalty box, Bruno has a chance of maybe
Isn't
still
he
taking.
like really shit at taking free kicks though?
He is. It's just when the 1 in 100 free kicks go in, it's an absolute worldie.
Yeah.
I mean, he still gets a lot of his free kicks on target, I believe. I think it's like 40 to 50% on target. So he makes it, and he'll make the keeper work. Yeah, I think he'll be the one that grabs the ball first and says, "I'll have this," because he's the most confident player on the pitch.
So let's talk about specifically tomorrow's game against Newcastle. What makes you like? How sure are you, and what makes you so sure that Ronaldo is going to outscore Bruno specifically for tomorrow's game against Newcastle?
I just think that defense, But what is it about that defense that doesn't appeal to Bruno? For all of the reasons that we've said before, and Ronaldo can score in more ways than Bruno can.
Interesting.
We're talking about the best player in the air in the world. Like, the guy leaps and he stays in the air for half a minute. It's like the bloody Air Jordan of football.
Okay.
Yeah, like you don't see Bruno scoring. Like, he scored a couple of headers, but you don't see him doing that. You don't see Bruno getting the ball into his feet and turning a defender and getting a shot away, which you see Ronaldo do all the time.
The only thing that was kind of making me sway towards Ronaldo, the only thing was that it makes a better, easier move to Lukaku in game week 7. That's the only reason that I was thinking about him, because as it stands now, if I don't bring in Ronaldo, I'll be having to roll transfer, and then in game week 7, I'll be bringing in Lukaku anyway. Whereas for Bruno, yeah, so obviously not straight switch, but using 2 free transfers. And so the only thing that I was thinking now was, well, if I get in Ronaldo and Jota now, then come game week 7, I can easily do Ronaldo to Lukaku in one move. That's the only reason why I was thinking maybe it might be worth it. Not because I think Ronaldo will outscore Bruno, because I don't think he will. That's just my gut feel.
You don't think Ronaldo
between now and game week 7? No.
I mean,
no, I don't think he will.
You're talking about.
So Bruno is definitely going by game week 7. I haven't decided exactly when, but 100% by game week 7, I won't be having Bruno. So Newcastle, West Ham, Villa, Everton. So it's definitely going to be before the Everton game or at the Everton game, because I'll be bringing in Lukaku. So it's basically the next 3 games. I think Bruno will outscore Ronaldo.
So you think Bruno will outscore the Euros Golden Boot winner, the Serie A Golden Boot winner from the last year, and the greatest international goal scorer of all time?
Yep.
I'm
putting my hat on the line there. My reputation on the line. But if I'm right,
it's a bold. It's a very
greatest prediction.
It's a very bold statement, but I mean, you've got someone that averages. We looked at it the other day, and he averages like 5 shots a game, and like with 2, like it'll only be 2. I think it's 2.5 on target or something like that. It's like just under 50%. And that was last season, and it's like Bruno averages at like 3 shots a game with 1 on target, but the 1 on target always goes in. I think Ronaldo could like really outscore him.
Let's see what happens. I'm willing to come game week 7. I'm happy to come game week 7. If I'm wrong, you know me, I'll always admit my faults and I'll say I was completely wrong and with it.
Well, the last time you said something like this was when Jesse Lingard joined West Ham.
That's correct, and I was incorrect, and I apologised on screen, and I said I was wrong. I completely ate my own words in that one. Anyway, right. Outside of Bruno and Ronaldo, are there any pressing queries you think we should talk about with regards to this specific game week and things people are talking about? I guess for me, no news on DCL is a bit worrying at the moment. We saw him in pictures in training though on Thursday, right?
Yeah, he's trained most of the week. I mean, it's just looking out for news in the from the embargoed press conferences. But none of that has been. No, I'm just having a look now. It hasn't been released yet. It's normally quite late in the evening that it gets released. For those that are watching on the stream, sticker if you're looking out for Lukaku news or to see if there's anything more on Ronaldo, but I don't think there will be. Lukaku news, DCL news. Then follow at Colm V Hayes on Twitter, FPL News. He's the guy to follow for the press conference news, and normally by about 11:30 midnight, he normally has the embargoed press conference stuff all up on Twitter as well. So yeah, definitely keep an eye on him. But yeah, nothing at the moment. I'd imagine that if DCL's been training all week, and they've shown the pictures of him training and everything, I'd imagine that that he plays. I mean that's another thing to note for tomorrow. Edison Cavani is not in the squad for tomorrow, so I think that strengthens Ronaldo's chances of starting. I wouldn't be looking into what Solskjaer said earlier too much, because I think if he says he's starting then Steve Bruce knows pretty much what the lineup is, because he knows that Greenwood is going to play on one side, Sancho probably play on the other. And with no Cavani there, then it's all pretty obvious. I think like for our fan team, that's the one thing that's the DCL news is the one thing that we're looking for, isn't it? So I know that a lot of people on wildcards, it's a choice between DCL or if he's injured, then may as well go Bamford because of the run of games that Leeds have
or
coming up,
Jimenez.
or Jimenez, or you can gamble on Jimenez. But we spoke about that at length, didn't we, in the podcast a bit.
Right, should we go through our teams then? And whilst we're going through our teams and what we're thinking about doing, if you guys want to start putting your questions in, and we'll get them covered as soon as we've finished with our teams before we end the stream. Right. Who are we going through first? Why don't we go through yours first, Rob?
Why? Because you don't have a fucking clue what you're doing. And I've done mine and I've locked in.
You've already made your moves. Yeah, go on then. Let's see what you're doing.
So I've taken a -4 in the end.
You bought in Gray and Traore
to do like a mini wild card.
Okay.
So I've taken out Bruno, I've taken out Ings, and brought in Ronaldo, and it was going to be it was literally a coin flip between Gray and Traore. For all of the reasons we spoke about on the pod, where Gray hasn't got the expected numbers, but he's got the actual numbers, whilst Traore's got the expected numbers, but hasn't got the actual. And so I was doing the coin flip. And at the time, I would have had Harvey Barnes at first bench with Veltman starting. And then I thought, fuck it. Everyone else is taking a hit this week if they're not on a wild card. Why don't I just take a hit and bring both of them in and sort out my Harvey Barnes problem at the same time?
I like it.
So it's quite an aggressive move. It was either going to be that.
I like it, mate. I really like it.
It was either going to be that or I would have literally just tossed a coin on Gray or Traore. I probably would have led with Traore a bit, just because I did like what I've seen from his intent to attack, and eventually one of his 30 shots on goal in the first 3 games are going to go in. It's an aggressive move. I mean, I'm at 700k. I've got to be aggressive.
At this stage of the season, though, that ain't too bad.
No, yeah.
I mean, it's not as good as mine, obviously, but it's not too bad.
No, I mean, I was at 2.5 million at this stage last season, so
yeah,
I'm happy anywhere in the top million. You're going to be happy with, because you've got that platform then to move yourself down towards the 100k mark and the 50k mark.
And Ronaldo captain.
Yep, and I'm not paying any attention to people. I believe Ronaldo will start, and even if he doesn't start, he'll come on and he'll go crazy because the guy will want to score. Well, he always wants to score, but tomorrow, like, imagine if he scores tomorrow, like, he'll be on the front page, the back page, every paper. He'll be on, like, he'll be like trending on Twitter, on Instagram, everything. The guy loves himself so much that he'll do anything he can to score a goal tomorrow.
I guess it's quite apt. Just quickly, I just think it's quite apt. Obviously, United are playing Newcastle tomorrow, and the great Kevin Keegan said, "I would love it. I would love it if he fucking didn't start, and then came off the bench and got fuck all." I mean, I would love it.
I did have a thought that he gets benched and they bring him on at half time, so that they can make a big song and dance about it. But I think Martin at CM Fantasy Man on Pod put little tweet out earlier, and I agreed with it, every word of it. And he said, "Why would they want that distraction sitting on the bench?"
Yeah.
And then, like this, the sentences we've seen from Solskjaer all over the place is, he will feature, he'll be part of the game. The next sentence he says, we've brought Raphael and Cristiano in to win to win things. They're winners. We've brought them in, and it's like that then hints at, yeah, he wants to start him. He wants to, and it's the perfect game to start him in.
Mm.
Like, he doesn't want his debut. They don't want like his first start to be away at Young Boys or um, whoever the next away game is. Like the next home game's against Villa in 3 weeks' time. I don't want that. So for those listening on the podcast, so it'll be Sanchez in goal, TAA, Shaw, Soufal in defence, Gray, Traore, Salah, my vice captain, and Ben Rama in midfield, and then Tony, Antonio, and Viva captain Ronaldo up front with a bench of Gaeta, Veltman, Gilmore, and Simicas, who could interestingly, there's rumours he'll start on Sunday against Leeds, because
Really?
Robertson's come back from this strained ligaments, and he's played 4 matches in 2 weeks.
Oh fuck!
He
I didn't
played
know
all
that.
3 games, whole games for Scotland.
Wow.
After playing for Liverpool against Chelsea. So there's rumours that Simicast will start against Leeds, which, I mean, he's proven that he's good enough to. But I don't, as I said with my free hit team, I don't fancy the Liverpool defence. I think at the moment the Liverpool defence for FPL, yeah, TAA or Robbo when we've seen him play a number of weeks. If I was on a wild card this week and I was looking at having Robbo as instead of TAA, I'd probably be maybe rethinking that right now.
Okay. Well, you are locked in, and you are well. You have decided what you're doing this week.
Yeah,
I am not locked in, and I have not decided what I'm doing this
I
week.
made the moves before. Like I've done all the reading and research. I mean, the last thing I did was just double check I wanted Traore because I know that there's a few people out there that have spoken about Trincao at Wolves, but yeah, I had a look at the stats and it's like everything points towards Traore for Wolves, and it kind of gives me that in where I don't have that pressure to get Jimenez now for a couple of weeks, even if he does score. And I can maybe look at moving Simicas onto. I've got like 2.6 million in the bank, so I could maybe look at moving Simicas up to maybe a Rudiger, or holding on another couple of weeks and bring Reece James in for Simicas.
Yeah.
And then I could then maybe not wildcard in game week 8 because then I've got easy moves to Mason Mount. And from Ronaldo to Lukaku. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm leaving that game week 8 wild card very flexible with the moves I've done as well. So we shall see. Right, what you doing?
Well, I'll talk
What
through
haven't you done?
what haven't I done. So, first thing, obviously, as I've said, I'm not bringing in Ronaldo. So therefore, I'm keeping Bruno. Options that I've got available to me is, so I've got 2 free transfers, so I could do Ings to DCL and roll. That's option 1. If we know that DCL is fit, so that's option 1, and go with the same team that you see on screen. But sorry for the podcast listeners, it is who have got Sanchez, Ben White, TAA, and Shaw. Ben Rama, Greenwood, Fernandez, Salah, Antonio, Tony, and then DCL would be instead of Ings. So that's option 1. Option 2, I really like Jota this week and for the next 3 fixtures. I really want to take advantage. I think with Firmino, he's definitely out for tomorrow. And, Klopp has said that he's not fit. Next 3 fixtures for Liverpool are Leeds, Palace and Brentford. And actually, statistics previously show that when Jota is playing with Salah, generally, Jota outscores Salah or equal to Salah. So I really want to try and bring in Jota if I can this week. And so the only way to essentially bring him in is take out Greenwood or Fernandes or Salah, which I don't want to do. That's just like one straight move. Or do 2 free transfers and go Brownhill to Jota, Ings to Dennis. It will mean that I'll be going 3-5-2. So it'll be meaning that I'll have Jota in a 5-man midfield playing Antonio and Tony this week. And then next week I'll have Dennis, who has got Norwich and Newcastle in the next 2 fixtures, which I don't mind. I think Dennis against Norwich and Newcastle are 2 good fixtures for him.
Dennis the Menace.
Dennis the Menace. So I don't really mind that. But if I said to you, I'm going to bring in Jota and Dennis, keeping Bruno, versus I'm going to bring in Ronaldo and Jota, losing Bruno, most people would be like, why the fuck are you choosing Dennis over Ronaldo? Which is essentially what it is, right? But I don't know. Maybe it's a bit.
You just don't fancy Ronaldo. You just think he's past it.
Yeah, I think so.
You're basically what Graham Souness is going to say.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't fancy it.
Next week, United v West Ham. And
that would be a good one. I'm at the game as well with my dad.
And United, West Ham will be 2-0 up at half time. Graham Souness will be going, fucking Paul Pogba. And he'll be going, oh, that Cristiano Ronaldo, what's he doing? Should have retired years ago. Then Ronaldo will come out in the second half and score 4.
I just think do you not like Jota up top for Liverpool? Because I think Brian Dutchman's just said, will it be Jota up top? I guess I imagine it will be.
Yeah, well, you'd imagine without Firmino there. It's just, how long is Firmino's injury? Is it like a couple of weeks? Is it like, if it's a couple of weeks, it's a short-term punt, isn't it, on Jota basically?
Yeah.
And
I don't want him longer than that anyway. I just want him for 3 fixtures.
I mean,
because I'm likely to wildcard after that anyway. So I like 3 fixtures, 3 very good fixtures. With Leeds, what was it? Leeds, Palace, and Brentford. Fucking hell!
I mean, this Leeds side is different to the Leeds side that we saw before the international break. Like, they've got players back from injury. Calvin Phillips was struggling with fitness, and we've just seen him come through a couple of games for England really well. He was brilliant in the games for England. They've got Llorente back as well. I think there's a lot more stability about that Leeds side now that we didn't see against United. I can't see it being like a goal fest where Jota picks up a load of returns, and I'm not sure whether it's worth it.
Okay, so let me ask you another question then. So outside of bringing Ronaldo in, what moves do you think I should make on my side outside of Ronaldo and Bruno? So forget about them two.
I think Danny Ings is your problem. I just cannot see Villa scoring against Chelsea.
No, I'm not going to have Ings. Either way, I'm not having Ings. No, because I'm bringing in. If I just do one transfer, it's going to be. Yeah. So if I just bring in Ings, if I just do one transfer. It's going to be Ings out, DCL in, and that's it. Or I'm going to do
I'd probably
Ings
leave it
out,
at just the
Dennis
one.
in.
I'd probably just if it's DCL, then I'd probably just leave it as the one transfer. And
Okay.
I just.
Do you not fancy Dennis? Next 2 fixtures, not necessarily for this week, but Norwich and Newcastle.
But then you can wait.
Well, I can't wait.
Why? He's 5.2. He's not going to become a £7 million.
I just want him for the next.
forward.
No, I just want him for the next 2 fixtures. That's all. Norwich and Newcastle.
Yeah, but
and then even after that,
that's
it's got
next week,
fixtures.
isn't it? Norwich is next
yeah,
week.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's
So you can give him a week.
No, because that defeats the point. Because I want to roll next week, so I can bring in Lukaku in game week 7 if I don't wildcard.
Yeah, but you've got 2 free transfers, haven't you?
At the moment, yeah.
Yeah, so you're using your 1 free transfer to go Ings to DCL.
Yeah.
And then you hold that Dennis move till next week, because that's what you're targeting. That's why you're bringing him in. You're bringing him in for next week. So you roll.
Yeah, but then
you
I
roll
want
your
Jota
second
next
free.
week.
You roll your second free.
And then I want Jota.
Well, you still. You got to decide whether you want Dennis or Jota.
Yeah.
And Firmino could be back next week, and then you
saves a move.
Yeah, I mean, I think although like I've taken a hit this week and been quite aggressive, I think it is also like you're saving yourself 4 points somewhere along the line by not making a move that you maybe don't really need to. I think it's just a bit of FOMO and a bit of
No, if I had FOMO, I'd be bringing in Ronaldo.
Oh yeah, a bit of starry eyes seeing Jota's available at that price as a number 9, but it could just be for this week. And then he's back on the bench and he's not really an option.
I'd have to have a think.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I'm going Bruno captain either way.
Yeah, so. I mean, I think if you've still got Bruno in your team, then I think he's the best captaincy option. Like not a lot of people have got like personally, I think Kane or Lukaku would be up there, but he won't be in many. Neither of them will be in many teams because of unless it's wild cards. And I think Kane's he's only 8%. And after I said on Tuesday evening about him maybe lacking some confidence, he then goes and rifles a shot in from 30 yards against Poland. Yeah, I think your main captaincy options: Antonio, Kane, Bruno, Ronaldo, and Lukaku. They're your ones for this week.
Right. Okay, Rob, do you want to get? Have we got any questions? I think we got the first one was right at the top was Lukaku or Kane, and then I think we've got some more from that.
Yeah. So Lukaku or Kane. That was was that? So I can't pronounce the name of the person. It's I think they just typed a load of random shit in as they signed into YouTube. Lukaku or Kane, come
on. Kane for now. Switch to Lukaku in 7 or 8 in 7.
I think you'd find it hard to switch to Lukaku in 7.
Who have they got?
They've got Villa. Spurs got Villa at home.
Oh, that's true. I'll just go Lukaku from now then. Yeah, Lukaku.
Yeah, I mean,
long term, I would want Lukaku.
Yeah, because we know that Son will be back soon. So once that happens, Kane drops a bit deeper, and yeah. So right, who have we got? There's not many. There's lots of comments. Flying Dutchman will jot a bit up top. Then we've answered that. Flying Dutchman, here we go. Just looking ahead, isn't a wild card in game week 8 potentially better than a wild card in game week 7? You could transfer out Liverpool players to the Manchester City fixture and transfer them back in on the wild card in game week 8. Yes, it is better. If you can go into game week 7 with a couple of free transfers, you can then basically give yourself like a mini free hit to take out Salah and TAA and pretty much go with you could pick anyone then, because you're taking like two of the most the highest priced players for their positions in the game, so it kind of gives you a free hit on two players in that week if you can get two free transfers into that week. And then game week 8 you can then steam back into Liverpool and Chelsea, which is what you want to be doing.
What's Liverpool's fixtures after game week 8 though? They've got Watford in 8, then Man U, Brighton.
Actually,
West Ham.
it's
not too bad.
Liverpool's fixtures turn at the same time as United's. Liverpool's like United's one is ridiculous. It goes till like the end of February, from game week 12 or 13 to like game week 25, I think it is.
It's ridiculous.
Where they basically play every team in the bottom half, and some of them twice. But Liverpool's is there as well. FPL Wilson, evening lads, evening Wilson. Dante D. Drummond, what if he blanks?
So it sounds like wasting transfers. Mine, I think he's referring to mine.
Yeah, which is what I said in like a nicer way, a nicer roundabout way.
That makes sense. I get it.
Flying Dutchman, what are you doing with the extra funds if you get Dennis? I guess Benrahma to Jota.
No, I'm doing Brownhill to Jota, Ings to Dennis, which would leave me 0.8 in the bank.
Cool. Oh, you've typed that out. Oh,
yeah.
Mason Mount, a differential captain for this week.
I don't think this week is the week to do a differential captain, in my opinion.
Not when you're going to have it's going to be an effective ownership on like Bruno and Ronaldo.
And you've got Salah as well. And you've got Salah there as well.
I mean, the three of them will all be like, if you own Ronaldo,
and then you got Kane,
probably captain him.
And you got Kane, and you got Lukaku.
Kane's only 8% owned now. Like, his ownership's tiny. Okay. But Lukaku, Bruno, and we're going to get this a lot this season, because they're all, apart from Bruno and Ronaldo, at the same club. But you've got Kane. You could probably throw Antonio in there. There'll be a point where De Bruyne is in there, Salah, Ronaldo. It's like there's going to be weeks when all of them have a great captaincy options, and you'll probably have to like ask the cat or the dog to pick it for you. Or your two-year-old. Is there any other questions?
There isn't, but I've gone.
What are you going to say? You've got.
I was going to say, do you want to talk about what we're doing next week while we ask people to send some questions in, or we're going to do some predictions?
Let's sack off the predictions because we never get them right.
No.
So what are we doing next week? We'll hopefully be back to recording at a normal time. So we'll be recording Monday evening, which means the podcast will be out. It normally comes out around midnight on the Monday by the time I've got it all sorted. And then the YouTube will be available from 1 o'clock on Tuesday. And then we'll be back doing last orders either Thursday or Friday.
We're going to stick to Thursdays, I think, right? Generally.
I think, it's better to stick to Thursdays. But then there'll be weeks.
Although next Thursday, I'm either away in Turkey, or no, not next Thursday. The second lot of Europa fixtures, I think that's 2 weeks time, 28th or something. I'm either away in Turkey or I'll be at the home Europa.
Yeah,
game.
so you can just stream from the stands. It's not much
just
atmosphere
quickly,
there
right?
anyway.
Just quickly. I just want to rant, right? I just want to rant. So, I want to go on a European tour. I said that from the beginning. Yeah, I want to go to some away games. I'm a new season ticket holder, and you need like 30 or 40 points just like to get tickets. And like I spoke to Suj, who's also a West Ham fan, from Planet FPL, and he's only got like 2 points, right? Because I was like, oh, you know, how many do you have? Like maybe we can buy some with yours. And he's only got like 2 points. So I'm never going to get to a fucking away game. Never.
You will
When?
eventually.
I'm talking, yeah, like this season I'm talking about.
Yeah, but you've only got your season ticket like now.
Yeah, but I want to go and fucking see them away, innit?
Yeah, it's the Europa League, mate. You're going to like the arse end of nowhere where the
Don't
capacity.
care. I'll go.
The capacity is like 15,000. They can only release 3,000 tickets, and
we only got 1,200 for next week.
Oh, there you go. And how many West Ham fans with better points?
If someone said to me now, yeah, no. If someone said to me now, Sham, I've got a ticket, like I'd be flying to Croatia next week. I'd go. So I'll grab away. I'll go. Like if I could get a ticket, I'd go.
I mean, you just have to like with season tickets these days. It's just making sure you don't need to go to every game as long as the season ticket goes to every game. Then you get your
but the
points
thing is that the way that's not it though, Rob. The way that you get your points is by going to away games. But if I can't fucking go to away games, how the fuck am I supposed to get points?
Don't you get? No, you get them from home games as well.
No, you don't.
That's shit.
Not at West Ham, you don't.
West Ham's
not
awful.
at West Ham, you don't.
United,
mate,
Spurs. You get your points. So, like, for example, for my dad's season ticket at Spurs, he got it was 1 point for City at home. But then Watford at home was 10 points.
So you get points even though you're a season ticket holder for going to games that you've already paid for.
Yeah, but then that gets you the first refusal of European tickets.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, so we don't. Okay, so at West Ham,
it's to make sure it's that people that go to every game are being rewarded.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Refusal. And people,
I get that.
As a guy that's been a season ticket at West Ham for 40, 50 years will have hundreds and hundreds of points and been waiting for his European tour. And yeah, he should get priority over you, really.
Yeah, I get that. No, I get that. So, that makes sense.
I mean, that's how it all works out.
I can't even get points because I can't get tickets for away. Doesn't make sense.
That's fucked up. I don't know why.
I wanted to go. I wanted to go Southampton away this weekend. The only one that I can get tickets to because no one wants to go is United away next week.
Oh, for League Cup. So yeah, you go. Yeah. Just go to it then.
No, that's too long.
You wanted me to get a ticket, so I'd drive up.
Yeah. That's I'll go with you, Rob. If you can get a ticket, I'll go with you. You can get a ticket in the home end, which I'm sure you'd be able to.
I could probably get a ticket, but
let's fucking go then, innit?
You paying for the petrol?
Yeah, all right. Do you know what? I'll pay for the petrol.
Actually, no. When is it?
Next Wednesday. Not this. It's the 22nd. So sorry, not this week. The following week.
I have to see. I'm at a wedding that week, so it's an expensive week already.
If you can get a ticket, I'll pay for the petrol.
All right. Anyway. People don't want to hear about us planning road trips all over the country.
What questions we got?
There's no more questions.
No more questions.
Let's
we got one.
Flying Dutchman got in Ronaldo and Jota for Wilson and Fernandes for -4. Is that a bad idea? Just hoping for a Bruno blank and a Jota masterclass, I guess. Yep, that is exactly what you're hoping for. And I've already said that I believe that Ronaldo will outscore Bruno.
To be fair, I don't mind that move.
We know that Jota will outscore Wilson.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just doesn't. I think they're good. Complain about them. I think you're going to make that -4 back somewhere. You've just got to hope, that Bruno doesn't return, which I think Ronaldo will return more.
Okay, we shall see.
Let's have a quick reminder of the mini league table. At the top, Dara Cunningham will be defending his top position, but this guy that you can see on the screen is only 7 points behind him. He's doing everything he can to save some money for not spending it on a shirt. You can just buy yourself a West Ham shirt, mate. If you want to join the league, the entries will be open for another 7 and a bit days because the entries close at the deadline for game week 5. And the code is 1PQ SLT, and the auto joins at the bottom of in the podcast description, the YouTube description, etc.
It's to be fair for a group for a league it's only got like 200 people in the league, and I don't think anyone else is giving like a free shirt for people with like only 200 in the league. I think it's quite a good deal. I don't know why we haven't had more people in.
Yeah, I don't know why you decided you're going to give away a free shirt.
No. You decided.
We should have weighted the prizes. I did. We did have a message from someone, one of the listeners, asking whether you had a monthly prize, and you just went, "Well done," but no, we haven't got.
No. Yeah. What else do you want me to say? It's a free league, man. What do you want? For fuck's sake.
Yeah, when we've won fan team, we'll do monthly prizes next season.
50p.
You get 50p a month. But we might do a cup competition as well towards the end of the season if there's a decent number of people. But so share the code with your friends, share the podcast. Get some more people in, and we might throw in a cup competition in the second half of the season as well. What else is there? That's it.
That's it. Thanks for everyone for joining. Anything else you want to quickly say before I wrap up?
No. Good luck, everyone, with the game week. Let's hope I don't get another red arrow after our -4. So, hopefully, positive start. And I was going to sing us out, but I won't.
Right, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Really appreciate it. You can find us on Twitter, FPL_Happy Hour. We're also on a number of podcasts, and our YouTube channel is FPL Happy Hour, which you are watching us on now. Please like, subscribe, share, and all your retweets are appreciated. And this I can say now. Until next week, have a great game week. Take care.
Cheers, guys. I might actually sing Viva Ronaldo, Viva Ronaldo.